Today going to be focusing on changing the headlight bulbs, replacing the bulbs I should say. The ones that I've had in here for about a year, they're fine, function fine, but they're the typical OEM halogen. We're going to replace them with some LED lights, and that's the models and the brand Auto One, picked up off of Amazon. So let's see what it looks like before we take the old ones out. All right, got the truck running. You can see the top bulbs, those are the low beams, and the bottom ones are the high beams. So it's daylight right now, so you can't really appreciate, but definitely the typical halogen yellow. So let's put in the new bulbs. Okay, on the driver's side, open up the hood and you can see these plastic casings. We're just going to screw those out and then we'll get access to the bulb and the connector. Okay, I've got the back cover off of the top side of the headlight. Again, it's in this position here. You rotate it slightly, about a quarter turn, and then it comes right out. And you can see in here where we've got the bulb. So next thing we're going to do is rotate that bulb and disconnect from the connector, and we'll have it out. Okay, here's the old halogen bulb. Again, it was faced like this, rotated it and pulled it out. You can see on the back, this is the bulb in the top side, right? So this is the low beam, H11. And in the kit, you can see that they're marked and labeled. So hopefully that comes in on the camera. That's an H11. The other bulbs in here do have a different designation. For the high beam, that's the HB3 or the 9005. So we want to make sure we put the right ones back in. So let's go ahead and put this one back in. Okay, got the high beam out, which goes in the bottom housing. And again, this is the HB3 at the top left there, and you can see the same designation right there on the new one. So again, same process, twist and turn, a quarter turn, right? Okay, I've got the new bulbs in over here on the driver's side. Now we're gonna do the passenger side, and the first thing we gotta do is get the airbox out of the way so that we can get access to the back side of the bulbs. First thing we gotta do is disconnect the airflow sensor. That's supposed to pop off, but we'll get a flathead or a small socket, unloosen that and get the housing off. So let's do that next. Okay, we got the top of the air box out, disconnected from the hose, and yeah, there was a little plastic grommet that was holding it into the top of the air box that I had to pry off with a pair of pliers. So now we just got to get the bottom of the air box out, and I believe it's just a simple pull straight in and out. So yeah, pretty loose. We just have to pop it out of place. Okay, I got the lower housing out, and the way you pull it out is you get both hands and pull from the lower side, and then it pops right out. You can see down below these little pins in there are what hold it into place, and you can see the holes. There's 1, 2 that holds it into place. So now that we've got that out of the way, we can get this little panel off here. Little rubber grommets holding that in, 1, 2, and then we'll have access to the headlights just like what we did over there on the back, on the driver's side. So let's get that panel off. Okay, for these little plastic grommets, the trick to getting these out is to pry the little top piece out with the little flathead screwdriver, and then you'll see that these will go back in. You'll be able to squeeze that back into the hole, and then you can press this back in after the fact. So that's the trick there. Okay, got this plastic rubber weather shield off. So hopefully you can see in there now. Top housing for the low beam, and then you can see the one down there for the bottom housing, which is the high beam. So we'll twist these out just like we did on the other side and get the bulbs swapped out. Okay, we got the back of the headlight housing covers back on, and really they're a little tricky, but ultimately you just have to line the holes up. Remember that it was just a quarter turn, and then just kind of wiggle it in there, and then you rotate it tight again. So we're just going to get the back rubber housing plate reattached here, get the reverse order of the housing airflow box back on, and then let's take a look at things. Okay, got all the bulbs in, got everything buttoned back up. The sun's starting to set, but you want to test, make sure everything works before you start buttoning things back up, which I did earlier, just didn't show that on video. So we'll come back here once the sun fully sets and show you the brightness. Okay, it's nighttime, and just letting you see how nice and bright they are. Pretty solid. And I know up against the garage door is not very helpful, but that's all you have to do. All right, good luck with your truck.